Are you prepared to hear the shocking reality? What if we tell you that the disappearance of one of the world's most historic rivers coincided with a surprising discovery? An ancient river that has been flowing for thousands of years has suddenly dried up, and a mythical ancient giant has been uncovered in the area. Not only that, a cave, which is a place of 4 angels, was revealed. Let's dive deeper into today's video to investigate the shocking finding of that cave and Gilgamesh, the hero of Mesopotamian mythology, and the puzzling disappearance of the Euphrates River. What mysteries will be exposed? You will regret it if you miss out on this one. So let's get started. Before we start, let's take a few seconds to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to watch the latest videos from us. Archaeologists have discovered some extremely interesting and unusual artifacts as the Euphrates have begun to dry up, such as a 3,400-year-old city, riches, an ancient fortress, and scary caves. Some have even speculated that these caves were jails. Religious leaders have used passages from the book of Revelation as proof that the end times are approaching. Although this is, once again, speculative. The drying of the Euphrates has both biblical and scientific significance, since many Christians are keeping an eye on the river because it is practically dry and because it is mentioned in a Bible text. The Euphrates, one of the longest and one of the historically important rivers of Western Asia, on which the various lives of the ancients depended heavily, has dried up. It can be said that this drying up is not just a biblical prophecy, but it has come true in these times. Along with its drying up, many ancient discoveries that have shocked the world have emerged. A recent video shows a man showing a drastic drop in the water level of the Euphrates River. Only in the last few years has the river water almost completely dried up. In addition, the man also showed an ancient tunnel that leads to the underground with a very perfect building structure, which also has stairs that are neatly arranged and are still intact to this day. Some say that this is a relic of ancient people that is still preserved today. However, a rumor among the locals is that the tunnel leads to where the angels are imprisoned, as mentioned in the Bible, to be precise, in Revelation 9:13. 19. Then the sixth angel blew his trumpet, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar before God, saying to the sixth angel who had the trumpet, "Release the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates." So the 4 angels who had been prepared for the hour, the day, the month, and the year were released to kill 1/3 of mankind. The number of mounted troops was twice 10,000 times 10,000. I heard their number, and this is how I saw the horses in my vision and those who rode them. They wore breastplates the color of fire and of sapphire and of sulfur, and the heads of the horses were like lions' heads, and fire and smoke and sulfur came out of their mouths. By these 3 plagues, 1/3 of mankind was killed by the fire and smoke and sulfur coming out of their mouths. For the power of the horses in their mouths and in their tails, for their tails are like serpents with heads, and utilizing them, they wound. Revelation 16:12. 16, the sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up, to prepare the way for the kings from the east. And I saw, coming out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet, 3 unclean spirits like frogs. For they are demonic spirits, performing signs, who go abroad to the kings of the whole world, to assemble them for battle on the great day of God the Almighty. And they assembled them at the place called Armageddon. In Hebrew, it is written in the Bibliotheca Historica by Diodorus in 50 BCE that the tunnel was built and used by Queen Amy. After all these in low ground in Babylon, she sent a place for a pond, 4 square, every square being 300 furlongs in length, lined with brick and cemented with brimstone, and the whole 35 feet in depth. Into this, having first turned the river, she then made a passage in form of a vault from one place to another, whose arches were built of firm brick and plastered all over on both sides with bitumen, 4 cubits thick. The walls of this vault were 20 bricks in thickness and 12 feet high, beside and above the arches, and the breadth was 15 feet. This piece of work was finished in 260 days. The river was turned into its ancient channel again. so that the river flowing over the whole work, Semiramis, could go from one palace to the other without passing over the river. She made likewise 2 brazen gates at either end of the vault, which continued to the time of the Persian Empire. Philostratus also describes the tunnel's construction in the life of Apollonius of Tyana, as Babylon being cut asunder by the river Euphrates into halves of similar shape, and there passes underneath the river an extraordinary bridge which joins together by an unseen passage the palaces on either bank. However, he mentions that it was Queen Medea who asked for its construction. Not only that, various spine-chilling sounds including groans, growls, and the sound of moving chains have been documented emanating from beneath the earth. People think that these are the sounds of 4 fallen angels. So is this a sign of the end time? Are 4 angels about to be released and kill 1/3 of the world's population? I cannot imagine that day. So terrible. What do you think about this? Are you scared? Christ abolished the sting of death to bring eternal life. Christ reduced the devil to nothing. Don't blame sin on one who sinned. From the beginning, the Son of God appeared to destroy the works of the devil in 1 John 3:8. Christ destroyed the devil's works, delivered from destruction. He disarmed all evil rulers, powers, and authorities, so made a public display of them and triumphed over them in Colossians 2:15. Christ has already conquered Satan, the God of the age, and has the keys of death and Hades in Revelations 1:18. But the devil tried to devour him at birth. Caught up to heaven to the throne of God in a war in heaven, Satan lost and was thrown down to earth. Now time is short, persecuting woman and her seed Jesus, and believers are harassed by Satan. So Christ in second coming puts Satan in a pit 1,000 years. Then the deceiver is thrown in a lake of fire, brimstone with the beast, and the false prophet is tormented day and night forever. Jesus sits on a white throne to rule the earth in Revelation 20:10-11. The devil is destroyed by disobedient unbelievers who rejected Christ in hellfire with the devil. All who live in lusts of flesh, indulged in fleshy desires of the mind, are children of wrath. God throws in the hellfire in Ephesians 2:3. The punishment of sin is death. No sinner is exempted if born special or status, descent before God. All have sinned, so fallen short of the glory of God in Galatians 2:15. Self-righteous, unchallenged, don't respect God, are destroyed. The Euphrates River dries up in Revelations 9:13, 16, and 16:12 when 4 angels are released by God to join the 200 million armies to fight Israel and kill 1/3 of the people on earth. God will defeat them with meteors, hailstones, and earthquakes. Jesus Christ returns to fight this Armageddon war with saints. It's in the Great Tribulation that global armies destroy mankind. In the Bible, 6th angel pours vials on the river Euphrates, making it dry for the eastern king's armies to go into battle of Armageddon, Israel, in Revelations 9:13, 16, and 17. 1612 is the Third World War. Armies from Turkey, Syria, Iraq, Iran, China, and Russia join with others, crossing the Euphrates River. Its 200 million armies fought in the valley of Jehoshaphat at Megiddo. Christ will return to defeat them all in Revelation 9:16. The Tigris and Euphrates rivers dry, fulfilling Bible prophecy. And now are you prepared to hear the shocking reality? What if we tell you that the disappearance of one of the world's most historic rivers coincided with a surprising discovery? An ancient river that has been flowing for thousands of years has suddenly dried up, and a mythical ancient giant has been uncovered in the area. What mysteries will be exposed? You will regret it if you miss out on this one. It was a discovery that stunned the world. An entire ancient city hidden for centuries suddenly revealed itself to the modern world. But that was just the beginning. As archaeologists ventured deeper into the heart of the city, and after years of severe drought, the mighty Euphrates River had completely dried up, revealing a long-lost artifact that had been hidden for millennia. The astounding discovery of the ancient Mesopotamian city of Gilgamesh, which was unearthed after the Euphrates River fully dried up, has astonished the entire globe in recent years. This finding led to the city's location. This incredible find at an archaeological site has not only cast fresh light on one of the most intriguing and enigmatic people in the annals of human history, but has also prompted tremendous interest and debate among academics, historians, and members of the general public alike. The Euphrates, otherwise known as the Biblical River, dates back to the Garden of Eve, the origin of civilization, where, as Freud said, the first angry person to cast a word instead of a rock. These various waters are thought to hold the secrets of history. It was nicknamed the Mesopotamian Marsh because it is the bedrock of ancient Mesopotamia and ancient Babylon, where it was believed agriculture, culture, and law first developed. It was even discovered that Gilgamesh, the king of Uruk, a city dating back to 400 AD, 2,500 years before the birth of Christ, was buried under the river. German archaeologists hope to return to Iraq when it returns to normality to examine whether an anomaly in the ground is the lost grave of King Gilgamesh, the legendary subject of the world's oldest book. A German-led team believes it has found indications that may tie in with a description in the book describing the king's burial place. What has excited some archaeologists is that the structure appears to be on the site where the Euphrates River once flowed. The Epic of Gilgamesh, a set of inscribed clay tablets written 2,500 years before Christ, says Gilgamesh was buried under the river when it parted after his death. The structure is on what is thought to be a former canal of the Euphrates. The set of poems, according to experts, is a masterpiece from ancient Iraq and one of the great works of world literature. It tells how Gilgamesh, renowned for his feats of bravery, searches for the meaning of life, and with it, immortality. One part of the epic recounting a devastating flood has been linked to the biblical story of Noah's Ark. The discovery of an entire ancient city, hidden for centuries under the Euphrates River, has the potential to rewrite history books and unlock new insights into ancient history. The legend of Gilgamesh's divine nature developed in response to his actions, eventually coalescing into the stories that form the basis of the Epic of Gilgamesh. Giant Gilgamesh was discovered under the Euphrates River after a severe drought, sparking interest and debate among academics and the public. Gilgamesh, a demigod with godlike strength, was the fifth king of Uruk, and his divine nature led to the development of the Epic of Gilgamesh, with later kings claiming descent from him. The fabled ruler Gilgamesh was found to be inspired by older Sumerian mythology, with the Akkadian translation of the poem uncovered in 1849. Gilgamesh is a heroic figure who saves a goddess, becomes a god, and then dies, and receives a personal account of the afterlife from Enkidu. The first epic hero may have seen beyond death, based on cuneiform tablets, sparking debate on cultural influences. Gilgamesh's rejection of Inanna and the punishment of his companion Dumuzi reveal complex and controversial aspects of his character. Gilgamesh's search for significance and immortality raises universal questions about purpose and the fear of death that still resonate today. Modern technological dogs have uncovered garden enclosures, buildings and structures described in the Epic of Gilgamesh, including Gilgamesh's tomb near the old river above the Euphrates. Archaeological evidence suggests the discovery of Gilgamesh's tomb under the Euphrates River, reflecting the universal appeal of the Epic of Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh's legend has grown independently over time, and the epic continues to fascinate readers across languages with its teachings about humanity. The discovery of the tomb of King Gilgamesh beneath the waters of Euphrates takes us back in time to the history and legend of Gilgamesh, of an ancient ruler from the city of Uruk. Access to extensive gold reserves in the Euphrates River has the potential to strain international relations and lead to conflicts, adding to the intrigue surrounding the region. The Euphrates is also famous for the gold mountain under this river. In Islam, a hadith is mentioned prophesying about the unearthing of a gold mountain beneath the Euphrates River before the apocalypse, with many people dying fighting over it. It is said to be one of the future minor signs of the coming of Judgment Day. News published on National Public Radio with the title, "Drought Reveals Iraqi Archaeological Treasures." The drying up of the Euphrates River has revealed ancient archaeological sites, some of which were unknown until now, attracts my attention and makes me think about these hadith. Soon the river Euphrates will disclose the treasure, the mountain of gold. So whoever will be present at that time should not take anything from him. Sahih Bukhari. The Prophet Muhammad said, "The hour will not come to pass before the river Euphrates dries up to unveil the mountain of gold, for which people will fight. 99 of every 100 will die in the fighting. And every man among them will say, 'Maybe I'm the only one to remain alive.'" Many of the prophecies, especially related to signs of the judgment day, that our beloved Prophet Muhammad SWT stated 400 years ago, have come true. A prophecy that the drying of the Euphrates River is concerned gold digging has yet to come true. This prophecy is a prophecy critical. As expected, war is closely linked to the coming of the Mahdi. This hadith is undoubtedly the truth. The problem is, no one knows exactly about the exact location of the Golden Mountain. It is still hidden because it is a sign of the apocalypse. In this regard, Ibn Hajar said that the receding of the Euphrates River would occur before the appearance of al-Mahdi. Similarly, it is mentioned in the book of Al-Burhan. So there is a time set by Allah when He will reveal it. No one will know it until it is completely cast out by Allah Himself. And although in this world there are already many gold mines, people will not stop to explore again. Yes, if the whole land will be dredged to get the gold. Yes, gold in it. It is reasonable why humans can be so obsessed like this. Yes, gold is a valuable thing that will not be timeless. When high nominal money becomes rubbish, gold will always be stable throughout the ages. The question of exploration for seeing human readiness will find a place where gold can be taken very easily and very costly. Yes, when the Euphrates rivers in the Middle East are drying up today, there are golden chunks of gold that the human eye will stun. But this gold is a curse and a sign of destruction. He will be contested by many people who are willing to slaughter each other. This prophecy alone must believe the truth because of the coming of his aura, Prophet Muhammad Sa'ad. However, recently this ancient river began to have a deficit in the amount of water. Experts say that at any time the Euphrates River loses a lot of air, it has already reached 144 million cubic meters. The researchers also said if it continues like this, it is only a matter of time before the Euphrates are completely dry. Many people think that the release of this gold will bring happiness, but vice versa, the world will fight for what is in this river. Humans who are obsessed with these golds will fight to the death. The Messenger of Allah said, "Doomsday will not strike before the Euphrates uncovers a mountain of gold." People will fight for it. 99 out of each 100 will be killed. Every one of them will think, "I will probably win the fight." We can see that there will be many terrifying events related to the Euphrates River in the future. Are you curious about that? If your answer is yes, let's follow us to update the latest news from our channel. That's all about today's video. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and subscribe. Your support will be our motivation to discover interesting things and make more videos in the future. Hope to see you in the next videos. Goodbye and God bless you.